And we'll come up in just a couple more minutes or so, maybe 30 seconds more of this music, and just waiting for some people to come online here before we get into Davey's American Racing. Oh, the heck of it. Let's get into it right now. Okay, oops, let's get rid of that. There we go. Now we're back on. Here we go. Well, welcome to another edition of Davey's American Racing, coming to you live here in Fallon, Nevada. Here it is, January the 25th, I believe it is. Yeah, the 25th. The month is almost done. Next Wednesday, I believe, is February the 1st. So the month of January has gone by pretty fast. Well, I got some comments already up here. Let's get some comments in there. Let's see. Live. Okay, I got to put my glasses on. Okay, Kevin Ryder's up here. Hey, Davey, it's a Facebook user, whoever that is. Say what your name is, or go back where you see where I'm live, and click on the blue lettering down there, and it'll put your name up here. Lindsay, back east, my connection. How you doing? It's good to see you on here. Zoe's on here. And again, that Facebook user, click the blue, and I'll find out who he is. Or maybe that might even be Dan McKee. I don't know. He usually comes on here. I've tried to get Dan on here live, but he hasn't called me back, so he might be a little bit busy. But again, this is Davey, your host for Davey's American Racing. We covered last week a lot of racing going on in the beginning of February, especially the big one was the Chili Bowl. Last week or a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, last week it was Chili Bowl. Couldn't remember that. I think it was the 38th running of the Chili Bowl back there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Good racing, but I still haven't seen the main event. I'm going to do that tonight, though. I found it on YouTube. It's on there so I could watch the whole race from last Saturday at the Chili Bowl. Jennifer Harvey is on here. Let me make sure that's you. That is you, sweetie. How you doing? It's good to see you on here. I have to say it, Jennifer. You and the family, the kids, I miss all you guys since you guys have been gone. Moved out of state, out of California, and back over there, wherever you guys are at right now. But I'm glad you're on here. But again, it was a good race. In fact, I made sure I set my VCR to record it, because I was over at my buddy's house, Rusty McMillan, watching some of the races from another racetrack. Hang on here. Okay, I'll get that one later. From the racetrack there in another track there in Arizona. So when I got home, I was going to hit the play button to watch the race. It got me through the preliminaries, and then it stopped. Nothing else going. So, but I recorded it again, and it did the same thing. First preliminary, second preliminary, B, and then introductions of the main event, and then it went off. I found out they didn't cover the main event on MAV TV. I had to have, God, no, I forgot the other program that carries it all. But anyhow, I'm going to have to subscribe to them anyhow to watch some other racing there. But it kind of upset me, so I found it on YouTube. I'll watch that main event sometime tonight. All right, let's see who else is on here before we get underway here. But again, Jennifer, I'm glad you are on here. Carmen, how you doing? In fact, Carmen Olivas, our new sponsor this year on Davey's American Racing. Give me a few more minutes here, and we'll bring her up on her first sponsorship here. Met her last year at one of our luncheons for the Chamber of Commerce. I'm part of the Chamber here in Fallon. Met her there. Then I re-met her again last year at the 4th of July parade at our street, I don't know if to call it a street fair, but we kept the main street closed after the parade. We had our big thing going there, and that's why I re-met her again. Then she told me what she does, got her card, and she wants me to be part of the program here tonight as our new sponsor. All right, Scott House, how you doing? I had Scott House on last Monday as my guest. He's going to be running B-Modifieds this year for the first time. Never raced before, but he's been around for many years in racing. He's helped a lot of people out in the pits as a pit guy. Let's see. So Jim Hayes is on here. Ron Christofoli is on here. Ron and I get on the phone when I talk to people. I don't like to talk more than maybe 2 or 3 minutes, unless it's a gal. No, just kidding. But anyhow, Ron and I were on the phone last week for over an hour just talking about old days. I looked at the clock up. Oh my God! I've never been on the phone that long with anybody. I'm Melissa Cox on here as well. How you doing? Rustic McMillan, the vice president out now at Rattlesnake Raceway. I've got a little bit of information from Rusty this afternoon. He put out a little flyer. Make sure I mention that. Kevin Ryder's on here. I'll send you a PM, Davey. I have Flow Racing. That's what it was, Flow Racing. Thank you. I just lost my mind on that. I'm getting old there. I can't remember things. But yeah, it's Flow Racing that they were on all week at the Chili Boat. But thank you, Kevin. But yeah, a lot of things. In fact, let's go ahead and do. Let me come over here. I've got to go change something here. Oh no. Oh no. Did that happen? Did that just happen? Well, I had her photo up for Olivia. I was going to post her photo. Oh, I know what happened. I had to reset everything on the computer there, and for some reason it didn't download her photo again. Okay, but I'll get it soon. But again, it's Carmen Olivis. She works at the Federal Credit Union in Fernley. And are you looking to purchase your dream home or refinance? Contact Carmen at 775-203-6252 at United Federal Credit Union. They are offering an $850 closing credit on a new mortgage loan. Contact Carmen for more info on a mortgage question. Carmen is located at 330 East Main Street, Suite B in Fernley, Nevada. This offer is good until March 30th. That $850 closing credit, again, will be good until March 30th. They also offer vacant lot loans, construction, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. So if you have any of that, get a hold of Carmen Olivis at the Federal Credit Union. Again, that phone number is 775-203-6252. And if you can't remember that phone number, get a hold of me on Facebook or message me, email me, and I'll get her information to you so you can get a hold of her. But again, we'll do that again. Hopefully I can get her photo back up here before the night is done. Let's see. All right. Who's on here now? Ty Smith, how you doing? Hey, buddy, I forgot about your birthday last week. Happy birthday. Donald Cheers on here. It's good to see you. Rustic McMillan, maybe next year. Rusty, text me back on maybe next year. You're welcome, Carmen. You're going to be on one more time here. Donald Cheer is on here. Donald, did I read right? You ran out of power today? Where you're at? Read something about that. I think that was you. But again, we'll see what's going on here. Okay. Some of the news coming from NASCAR. Find a lot of stuff going on at NASCAR.com, the latest news. Of course, I don't know if you guys heard it or not, but Kyle Larson this year is going to try to qualify for the 105th running of the Daytona 500. And I'll have more news about that next week about that, but he's going to try to qualify and then fly out of there and run the 600 later on that evening. But again, I'll have more news on that. And they're already putting out some of the news on Kyle. They say he shouldn't do it. You know, you got to love these reporters. I don't. You might love them, but I don't no more. All right. Let's see. We got that. And Rattlesnake Raceway. They did schedule a cleanup weekend this weekend, but it is postponed until February the 18th or the 19th. Too much mud in the pits and every place else out there because we've had a lot of storms here in Fallon, so they're going to cancel it. But they will hold it back up there on the 18th and 19th. And stay tuned. In February the 25th, they're at Rattlesnake Raceway. I just got this confirmed from Rusty McMillan. But they are holding their swap meet. And that'll be February the 25th right there at Fernley. or not Fernie, I'm sorry, Rattlesnake Raceway here in Fallon, Nevada. Okay, we'll cover some more on Rattlesnake in a little bit here. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, who else is on here? Donald. Hey, Ken Newberry. How you doing, buddy? Glad you're on here. Kagan Hornbach. How you doing? Let's see. Ken Newberry headed to Daytona with ARCA in a couple of weeks. Oh, my God. That's cool. Hope we see you on TV. That's great, Kevin. Are you gonna? What are you working? Are you gonna be with the team, or are you going with your boss back there? Let me know what you're doing. Okay, got another Facebook user. Hey, Davey, good to see you. NorCal heading to Top Gun again this year. I think I knew who that is, but that's cool. Yeah, we're looking forward, you guys, to being up here at Top Gun Drag Strip again this year. Keegan, I'm doing good. Oh, glad to hear that. In fact, give me a call, NorCal. Got a little bit news coming up on that weekend, so if you get a chance, give me a call. Not right now, but or either I'll get a hold of you on Facebook as well. All right, let's see. Okay, now back a little bit more news on NASCAR. As you guys know, I really don't like getting into NASCAR. Oh well, because of all the changes they made, from good all the way to bad changes. And they were testing out cars today from Daytona with mufflers. That's right, mufflers. I don't want to get into it, but that's another reason I'm pissed off. All right, got some news from the 23XI Racing. Announced that Travis Pastorana is going to try to attempt to qualify for the Daytona 500 in a couple of weeks here, the Great American Race. Of course, you all know he is a big motocross racer, won a lot of gold medals in the I forgot the name of it. But anyhow, he's going to try to attempt. He will be with the 23XI Racing. The only way he can qualify for this race is on the Blue-Green Vacation Duels on Thursday. He has to make his way into from one of the duels that he will be in to qualify for it. And there's 4 other spots besides him that will try to get their way into the 500 because they're not on the regular 36 chart entries. So he'll have to go through that. Plus his teammate, Bubba Wallace. God, that guy is something else. But anyhow, he'll be behind the number 23 title, while Tyler Reddick is set to replace Kurt Busch behind the wheel of the number 45 on the 23XI team. So that'll cover that. I'll cover a little bit more on this for Travis. I like that guy. And since we're a little bit on NASCAR for the Daytona, I've got a top 10 list. It goes all the way back to, let's see. Oh my God, a whole bunch more. Keith Colburn, how you doing, buddy? Out there in California. You guys about ready to get ready over here in Tulare? 202 drivers that are ranked by the number of main event wins. So I'm only going to do the top 10 for right now because that's a lot of drivers right there throughout all the years. Of course, Richard Petty with 200 main events. David Pearson second with 105. Jeff Gordon was third with 93. Fourth, Bobby Allison with 84. Fifth was Darrell Waltrip with 84. Sixth, Jimmy Johnson with 83. Seven, Kyle Yarborough with 83. Eighth with Dale Earnhardt with 76. 9, Kyle Busch with 60. And your top 10, Kevin Harvick with 60. I can't leave out my buddy Rusty Wallace. He had 55. And Lee Petty with 54. But again, that's over a lot of drivers on there. We'll be here all night with that. So we'll just leave it right there. All right. NASCAR will be opening here in 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. It'll be February the 8th. Coming to you live at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. The Busch Light Clash. Again at the Coliseum. 150 laps. It'll be at 37.5 miles. It's a short quarter mile, I think it is, if I can remember right. That they're putting together right now. And It'll be live coverage on Fox, normal Fox station, and MRN Motor Racing Network. And a series will also be covering that as well. That's February the 5th from the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Then Thursday, February the 16th, it'll be the Duel 1 and Duel 2 of the Blue-Green Vacation Duels at Daytona International. Again, Travis will have to qualify through one of those duels, and again, that's February the 16th. And then Sunday, the Great American Race on February the 19th. The Daytona 500, again, right there at the Daytona International Speedway, 200 laps, 500 miles. That's February the 19th. And then Sunday, oh, that clicking keeps going someplace. They'll head west all the way to California on February the 26th for the Pala Casino 400 at Auto Club Speedway there in Fontana, California. Got another 200 laps, 400-mile race. Again, that'll be brought to you live on Fox, MRN, and Sirius Radio. And then Sunday, March 5th, Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube. A little short trip over to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And we'll stop there and give you some more as they head on because the season hasn't even started yet. All right, just a quick update on some of the tracks. We mentioned them last week, but we're going to do it again because I got a lot more new people. Hey, Craig Hintz is on here. How you doing, buddy? They weren't tuned in last week. Finally got Diamond Mountain Speedway up there in Susanville, California. Got their schedule. They put it out today. They're going to have a test and tune on March 18th and the 19th, noon till 4. Then again, March 25th to 26th, another test and tune. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, I guess Sunday, or a Friday, or I'm not sure what days that's Friday, but anyhow, 3 to 7 on that day, and then the 26th, noon to 4 p.m. Opening race day will be April the 7th. Kids Winning Bike Night, sponsored by Simon's Motorsports. Again, that's April the 7th, opening night at Diamond Mountain Speedway there in Susanville, California. All right, let's get on the road from there. A little bit south of there, head to Placerville, California, Placerville Speedway. Sunday, March 11th, they'll have a test and tune. And they'll come back on the 18th for opening night, the Wing 360 Sprint Cars, Limited Late Models, Pure Stocks, Wingless Sprints, and Championship Owner Banquet, I believe it might be. Not sure. I'll have to check into that one after a while. All right. Get on the road to Marysville. They're going to be New Year's Day. Of course, that was canceled out. Play Day, January the 21st. I think that one was canceled out too. That would have been last week. All Play Day divisions on February 4th from 12 to 4. Opening Day will be February the 25th. Lori and Sherm Toller Memorial Wing 360s. Wing Sprint Cars and Crate Sprints will be there that opening day. All right, let's get on the road a little bit south of there. A couple hours away, Stockton Dirt Track in Stockton, California. Let's see. February the 5th, hopefully we can get this in. Dirt Modifieds, A Mods, Sport Modifieds, B Mods, Super Late Models, NorCal Dwarf Cars, and Bombers. Again, Saturday, February the 5th, opening weekend for the Stockton Dirt Track there in Stockton, California. All right, from Stockton, let's go a little bit north up to Silver Dollar Speedway. February the 19th, I'll have a play day practice, all divisions from 12 to 4 p.m. And then March 3rd, opening weekend, it'll be the Silver Cup John Patchen Classic with 360 wing sprints and dwarf cars. I'm just going to go opening day on a lot of these because I covered a lot of this last week. I tried to get Dan McGee on here, but he hasn't called me back. So, okay, Steve Osborne. Hey, Davey. Plaza Park Micro Race, February the 24th and 25th. Levi Osborne, the number 9. If you get a chance, hey, make your way down there to Plaza Park and watch Steve's son in that number 9 car. Kid's pretty good. I would take the time. If I was in California, I'd go down there and watch. Of course, Steve and I go back many years in racing from San Jose, California. Also, Keegan Hornbeck, any Winnemucca Speedway, Bakersfield Speedway, Lovelock Speedway, and Hawthorne Speedway. Yes, they're all running. Opening day, Lovelock Speedway is going to be running this year. Of course, they've been closed for the last 2 or 3 years. They're back open. I'll be down there as their track announcer as well. Okay, that's about it. See, Bakersfield, I'll be covering that right now. Lovelock. Hawthorne, I don't think they're going to be running anymore at Hawthorne Speedway. Long story on that, Kagan, but I wish it would. That's a nice little bull ring track, great racing service, fast and sticky. I wish they would reopen that. So if anybody wants to, go on to the city and see if you can get a permit to reopen. That'd be great to have that back open. Okay, Craig Kent's Verona Speedway opening day is April 1st. Kagan and Verona Speedway, I completely forgot about you guys. I'll put you on the list for next week. I'll have you on there. All right, Kagan, how about Fernley 95A Speedway and Rattlesnake Raceway? Kagan, Fernley Racetrack, not there yet. Not sure what's really happening. They do want to reopen it, but I'm not really sure. I get different stories, and I don't want to say anything until I get the correct confirmation from Fernley 95A Speedway. Rattlesnake Raceway, I'll be covering that in a couple of minutes here when opening day is there at Rattlesnake Raceway. All right, from Stockton, let's go over to Petaluma Speedway there in Petaluma, California. They have a test and tune on March 11th and the 18th. Then the opening weekend be March the 25th for the Hunt Wingless Sprints Series and the Dwarf 600. That'd be March 25th for the opening day. All right, let's get on the road and head south to Keller Auto Speedway there in Hanford, California. They have a practice on March the 14th. Hope they can get it in. They've had a lot of storms down there and a lot of rain. They'll open up March 11th for the Dave Howe Memorial. 410 sprint cars, 360 sprint cars, Western Race Retriever 305, and the IMC stock cars will be there. Again, that's March the 11th there at Keller Auto Speedway. What do we got going here? Okay, from there, let's head on over to Thunderbolt Speedway, about 45 minutes, maybe even less than that, from Hanford, California. Thursday, March the 11th, they'll open up with a high limit wing 410 sprint cars. If you haven't heard of the high limit sprint car series, they're going to feature 12 race schedules throughout the country, and Tulare will be their first one. They're going to be paying as high as $50,000 for the main event winner. And let's see, Kyle Larson, his brother-in-law, have taken over this or started this high limit sprint car series. Again, there's 12 races scheduled for this year. Hopefully they get more next year. But some of their purses, combined purses, will be over $140,000 per race. And sad thing about it, well, I don't know, I would pay it just to see, because you're going to get the best sprint car drivers in the nation showing up for this, especially at $50,000. They will be charging about $40 to $45 a ticket for the grandstands and the side bleachers. But again, they've got to find a way to pay for this. All right, and that'll be Tuesday, March the 21st, for that high limit weekend 410 shootout there. All right, let's go south about 2 hours near Bakersfield Speedway there in Bakersfield, California. Open practice night March 3rd and 4th. Then we'll come back a week later on, just March the 4th. And then we'll come back on the 11th with their open night with the modified sport mods, hobby stocks, American stocks. All right, let's go to the asphalt in California. Kenny, are you still on there? Listen up here, buddy, in case you forget. All-American Speedway there in Roseville, California. I know, asphalt to drive to get to the dirt tracks, but the heck with it. Still love my asphalt racing. February the 11th, Champion Celebration. grounds in Roseville. Doors will open at 2 p.m. And the awards will be starting at 2:30. Again, that's for the champion celebration. Then on April the 29th, they'll come back for their NASCAR season opener, Wild West Super Series late models, modified twin features, super stocks, F4s, and trailer bash racing. Now, you got to get a kick out of this trailer bash racing. All right, from there, let's get on the road. We'll make our way over to Madera Speedway. I got to mention this, Madera Speedway. A lot of you know there, I was with Kenny Shepard as track announcer for over 6 years. Well, no, 6 years. I was back there last October on their $10,000 late model main event to win $10,000. They got a hold of me and said, come on down. I want you to announce this race. And sure enough, man, within 2 seconds, not 2 seconds, but on that weekend, I was there to announce it. And it felt good to be back there at Madera Speedway to announce that $10,000 late model race. All right, February the 25th, they have a practice day. And members sign in from 11:30. Open at 11:30. Track will be hot from 1 to 5 p.m. there in Madera Speedway. And they'll come back on March 4th for another practice day. Members sign in from 1 to 5 p.m. And then March 11th, another practice day, same information, 1 to 5 p.m. Then they'll come back March 18th. It'll be their first of the year MAV TV televised series, Madera Speed Fest. Race number 1 of the Pro Late Model Series presented by Mission. $5,000 to win that main event. 100 lap main event. Split 50s. So what they do, they run 50 laps, stop them on the front straightaway, do what they can on there. And within about 10 minutes, they're back underway for that final 50. And it'll also be race number 1 with the 5150 Junior Late Model Series presented by Mission. It'll also be a 70 lap, 40 laps, then take a break on the 40 lap, and then finish the final 30, just like the Pro Late Models. The INEX Bandoleros will be there, and the Legends, and the Tour Series. It'll be a 40-lap main event for them as well. All right, so you've been asking about Rattlesnake and Winnemucca. Here you are. Let's see. April the 28th and the 29th, they're at Rattlesnake Raceway. 7 p.m. starts on Saturday. 6 p.m. Or Friday, 6 p.m. on Saturday night. They'll have a driver's meet and greet on Saturday night only. And then they'll come back May 26th, 27th. Let's go over to Winnemucca Regional Race. Oh, Lovelock Speedway. Oh, God, I forgot to put that in here, too. I'll get back later on there on opening day. In fact, you can go to my website. I'll post it up again for Lovelock Speedway. They'll be opening up, too. But then, from there, we'll go to Winnemucca Regional Raceway. About an hour and a half away from there. April 29th, they'll be opening. May 6th, 5th and 6th. June 9th and 10th. And if you notice, all the tracks here in Nevada run 2 days, once a month. All right, from there, they go to Battle Mountain. They're opening weekends May the 19th and 20th. Summit Raceway up there in Elko, Nevada. April 4th and the 15th. Oh, I did put it in here. I'm sorry. Lovelock Speedway for their 2023 schedule. They will be opening. Oh, they have a test and tune March the 25th. Opening weekend will be May 12th and the 13th. June the 23rd, 24th, July 8th, August 4th and 5th. That's for Frontier Days and their final race September 9th. So go out and help support the reopening of Lovelock Speedway. I'll get my paperwork all messed up here. There we go. Okay. That should do it for all that. And again, NASCAR opens up February the 5th. Let's go over to NHRA. Their opening race schedule is in March. They will be March the 9th through the 12th for the Emily Motor Oil NHRA Gator National there in Gainesville Raceway in Gainesville, Florida. So keep an eye on that from March 9th through the 12th. And then March the 24th and the 26th, they're going to go on the long trip from Florida all the way. Oops, that's not right. I was thinking of something else there. To Arizona. Well, that's still a long drive. March the 24th and the 26th. To Arizona Nationals, the NHRA Arizona Nationals. And then we March the 24th and the 25th. And since we're on drag racing, let me go to Top Gun. Opening day for us will be Friday, May 5th. 5 to 10 a.m. Well, let me give you the right schedule. Let me go to the schedule here and read this off right. Of course, let me know I'm the track announcer there at Top Gun Drag Strip. Now the computer wants to slow. Okay, here we go. Friday, May 5th, quarter mile test and tune practice. And jackpot racing starts at 10 a.m. And then we'll come back Saturday, May 6th, race number 1 for our ET bracket race. And our later on, after all the racing is done that Saturday, we'll have our 2022 awards potluck after the race there at the fairgrounds or at the racetrack there. A lot of you know we used to have it in Fernley, Nevada, but we decided because of the pandemic that was going on that we were going to think about canceling what we did, but we held it at the racetrack last year, and they liked it so much they want to keep it there at the track. It was a good turnout. Then we'll come back Sunday, the next day, round number 2 with our bracket racing and points race. And Nostalgic Racing Weekend. That weekend as well there on opening weekend in the month of May. For more information, get a hold of me or go to our website. Let me get rid of that one. There we go. At TopGunDragStrip.com. And if you can spend the weekend here, make sure you get a hold or stay at the Comfort Inn and Suites there at Top Gun Drag Strip. Mention you are at the Top Gun Drag Strip, and they will give you a big discount. It's only going to cost you $89 a night. And that's a big discount from what they normally charge. Again, it's all at Top Gun Drag Strip this year. And that should do it. I couldn't get a hold of Dan McGee. He never texted me back. Let me see what's going on here. No, he never did. But, hey, I've got this thing set up so you can call in. If you want to call in right now, have any questions or anything you want to ask, that's what a question is, you can, let's put the phone number up here. Call this number here. Browsers. There. That number right there. We'll stay on for a few more minutes if you want to call in. Have any questions? It's good to see a lot of people on here. People I haven't seen for quite a while on here. And while we're doing that, we can do this again. Whoops, that's the wrong one. That was last week, so that's going to go there. Carmen Olivis from the Federal Credit Union again. Are you looking to purchase your dream home or refinance? Contact Carmen at 775-203-6252. United Federal Credit Union is offering an $850 closing credit on a new mortgage loan. Contact Carmen for more details or any mortgage questions. Carmen is located at 330 East Main Street, Suite B in Fernley, Nevada. This offer is good until March 30th. They also offer vacant lot loans, construction, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Again, get a hold of Carmen there. If you need her phone number, get a hold of me and I'll email it to you. And she's a great lady. Nice personality, good looking. Let's see. Doug Broderick, how you doing, buddy? You know, I was thinking about you sometime this week, Doug. Remember the time we went to Baylands Raceway? We took your race car there, and they wouldn't let us race because the doors wouldn't open. That was a good night. Excuse me. Okay, he also said lots of vintage racing this year. 5-race challenge between Merced and Antioch. Hey, send me some more information on that, Doug, and I'll make sure I put that out there as well. But it's good to see you're back out there on the track doing what you love to do. I know your dad got you started. That's what's good about generations and generations in racing. So who else did I miss? Anybody on here? Let's see. Whitney. Kagan, yes, mud bogging. I'm going to have more information. We got one coming up in Topaz. It's going to be a big one. They hired me to be their announcer there, which I'm excited because I've never done one before. But yeah, it's coming up in September. I'll have more information starting next week on that. Let's see. Facebook user, I missed part of it. My phone was trying to reconnect. I'm not sure who that is. But if that was you, Dan, I sent you a request to come on here. Maybe we got time left to put you on here. Go to your Facebook page on your message. I got it up there. And again, if you want to call in and got any questions or anything you want to say about your track opening weekend or about your racing or did you get married, did you get divorced? No divorces. You can do it right here over the radio. But yeah, Kagan, next week we'll have a lot more on that coming up. They got another one come up here right outside Reno I wanted to get to, but I'll be announcing that day. I think it's May 6th at Top Gun Track Strip. I wanted to get out there and get a feel for what's happening out there. Again, you can get a hold of me. I'll give you some more information on that as well. The one coming up here on May 6th. Then they got a big one coming up. Man, they got big ones all over the place in California as well. But this one will be held camping at Topaz. They'll have camping and everything, live bands going on and everything. Plus, like I said, I'll be announcing there. Plus, I'll be playing music in between everything else as well. It was Carmen. Okay, Carmen. Oh, no, Carmen, you missed it. How did you miss it, but you're on here? She might have lost her phone connection or something. It's been doing that a lot lately here in the Fallon Fernley area. At least it has been on my phone, like up at the lake up here. I used to be able to go live, but I can't even go live out there. My bars are going down to maybe 1 or 2 out there. I don't know what's happening. But again, Carmen, you'll be on next week, so don't worry about it. You owe me a lunch. Okay, let's see. Doug, to the drag strip, they would not let me run my straight stock on the quarter mile. Yeah, I know it. They were a little upset, a little mad that we showed up anyhow because your doors were welded, and that was one of the main reasons they wouldn't let you be able to test it out with the carburation you had put on there. But hey, it was fun going out there with you, buddy. Towing you on my El Camino on that small midget trailer I had. Good old days, Doug. And then I posted a photo of me coming in at the fairgrounds there at San Jose with the IMC Modifieds with my son right there as my pit crew. I had to put that, I kind of missed that there. That was like 88, I think it was, at one of the big races they had there at the San Jose Fairgrounds Speedway. Wasn't a bad weekend. I brought home $400. Not bad for a weekend there. But it's good to have you on here, buddy. Let's see. Okay, good. Steve, okay. Billy Griffin, how you doing? Mojave Valley Raceway, opening day, February the 4th. And a 2-day show on the weekend of the 18th. Billy, I'll make sure I cover that next week. Email me to remind me so I can get the information on that. It's the only good thing about Arizona this time of year. They get to race during the winter. Let's see anybody else. In Cape Colburn over there in California. Getting ready to open up there at the Tulare go-kart track. He's one of the kart flaggers on there. Ken Newberry. I don't know if he's still on here or not. Good to have him on here as well. In fact, it's good to have everybody on there. We've got everybody on here. Quite a few people on here tonight. Of course, a lot more not coming up on the comment section up there, so I'm not sure how many are on here until I tune it off and find out later on. Okay, Doug, one more time. I saw that my 04 flatbed is in the background. Oh, is that you in the background? That's pretty cool. That's the photo I just put up of myself coming in from one of the, I think the first, second heat there. And my son next to me when he was a lot younger and thinner. He's about 100 and, no, well over 200 pounds now. Proud of that kid, what he's done with the Highway Patrol here in Nevada. He's a lieutenant down there in Vegas. Proud of that kid. As well as his wife. Also was with the Highway Patrol, but I'll get into that later. Little funny story how he met his father-in-law when he was stationed up there in Elko with the Highway Patrol. He pulled over a DUI drunk driver. Ended up being his father-in-law. Tanner Hudson, how you doing? Lots of racing in Tonopah this year. You should come on out. Tanner, I just may make it out there. Time will only tell. I need to get out there. I didn't go out there last year, but I'll go out there. Roy Bain is on here. Let's see what he has to say. February 11th through the 12th. Race Logic Chassis. Yeah. I'm going to put another flyer out on that to make sure everybody can get online or they can attend it live for the Race Logic Chassis School. Has a sport mod class at Fred Ryland's shop. So I will put that out and I'll make sure I cover a lot of it again next week. And Roy, if you could text me, let me know what we've been talking about, if any more information has popped up on that information, so I can make sure my dates are open. But again, let's see. Well, we're going to cut it short. Like I said, there's not much racing going on until mostly in February from the Daytona 500. All week long racing down there with NASCAR, so it'll be there all weekend. And I think some desert racing opens up north of us here this weekend as well. Susan, how are you there in California? You're here, and I'm just about ready to shut it down, but I'm glad you're on here. Did you get your power back up? She's installing solar panels at her home in California, so she had no power, so no heat, no TV, no cooking, no nothing for a while. So I hope they got you hooked up and ready to go. I guess nobody wants to talk to me. That's okay. All right. We'll have a lot more to cover next week, and as racing season gets closer and closer here, not only here in Nevada, but the West Coast. And I was asked from some of the tracks from Idaho and what other state? I forgot the other state, but I got it all written down. To start covering some of their tracks, which I will do. Kagan, we love you back. Thank you. So I'll be covering that from Idaho as well as Utah. Sorry about that. Covering some of the tracks there as well. They got a lot of great race tracks back there. So again, I just want to remind everybody, Top Gun will be opening in May. Go to our homepage there at rattlesnakedragstrip.com. Get more information there. Somebody had asked me, why don't you race during the winter at Top Gun Drag Strip? For one thing, too cold. Way too cold. That track will get tore up instantly from all the cold weather, and we don't want that. That's the reason we don't put a race in wintertime racing. It's a great racing surface there during our season. So, no, on winter racing there at Top Gun Drag Strip. Get from Susan. I was with Kim, your friend from Atwater. Oh, cool. How do you know Kim? Okay. Kagan, agreed. Okay. All right, race fans. I want to thank you for tuning in on Davey's American Racing. I'll see you all next week at 6 p.m. right here live in Fallon, Nevada. Again, as always, God bless and thank you for tuning in.